All right, everybody. So we're taking another break from the What If Season 2 reactions to bring you another top 10 video. This week, top 10 is for my top 10 first time watches 2023, meaning something that didn't come out in 2023. And it's the first time I watched it. So let's hop into it. All right. So starting at number 10, we're going to say The Intern. It's a movie with Anne Hathaway, Robert De Niro, and she's like a real successful business lady, needs an intern. He's an old man who doesn't have any family, just needs something to do, takes the job, and becomes like her number one assistant. I'd heard the movie was good, but I'd never checked it out. And honestly, what brought me to it was that Adam Devine and Anders Holm were both in it. It turned out, I mean, it kind of like blew me away actually, like how much I enjoyed it. It was so it was so sweet, like almost like so innocent. Like Robert De Niro's character, man, you just like he grabs you from like the beginning. Like you just love that dude, you know. And I mean, there's some drama that unfolds within like the second half of the second act, and just the way the characters are there for each other and everything. I really liked it. All right, number 9 is technically 3 movies, but it was just one big experience. High School Musical, the trilogy. If you follow me on YouTube, you got to see it unfold. I mean, I watched all 3 of them on the YouTube channel. It's the only movies reactions I've ever done. It was the first movie reaction I ever did, so it has a special place in my heart for that reason. But also coming from watching the show first, getting to see what kind of shaped the show was just something that was pretty nice. And honestly, the music is good, and it just reminded me of the golden age of Disney Channel. Disney Channel fell off so hard. Honestly, like once I stopped watching Disney Channel, I'm not like, no way was it me. I'm just saying like our age group, like towards the end of when we stopped watching Disney Channel, that channel fell off. It just kind of brought me back to like watching Disney Channel, and I enjoyed it. And fun fact, I actually went out and bought all 3 on DVD. Couldn't find them on Blu-ray. Number 8, Mean Girls. I finally watched Mean Girls. This is a movie I've been wanting to watch for a long time, just because of how popular it is, and I'm a huge Lindsay Lohan fan. So the fact that I hadn't seen Mean Girls, which is like one of the things she's like most well known for, is like kind of wild. But I just never got around to it. And one night I was sitting here, not doing anything, and for some reason it just clicked in my mind, like, I'm gonna watch Mean Girls tonight. And I thought it was hilarious. It had jokes in it that today wouldn't pass, and maybe that's why they're making a remake. Like back then, when people didn't get offended for literally everything, like you could just joke around about whoever you wanted to. It being high school, it's like, man, they were brutal to everybody. It didn't matter if you're the popular person, the unpopular person, like no matter like um religion. Like they took a stab at homeschoolers. I was homeschooled. I mean, like right at the get go, man. They and dude, I just thought it was so funny. Like I just don't know why people can't take jokes nowadays. Like I just don't understand. High school's brutal. They were brutal to everybody. It did kind of bring back a little bit of high school like anxiety. Like, oh, I hated that time because of all the drama. But like I said, I love Lindsay Lohan, and um, what's her name? Amanda Seyfried's character. Oh my gosh, dude, she had me rolling. She was hilarious. So dumb. When she's telling the news, the weather. Oh, that scene kills me every time. Anyways, I like Mean Girls. It was good. And just sitting here talking about it out loud makes me realize I want to watch it again. So maybe it should be higher on the list, but I wrote down 8. So let's go to number 7. Number 7 is a Netflix film, The Fundamentals of Caring, starring Paul Rudd, Selena Gomez, and the dude's name I didn't know. But it's a movie. He's got some kind of disability, which I can't remember which one, but he's paralyzed, kind of. Yeah, he was paralyzed. And like he also like, oh, it's not bipolarness. I don't believe. I'm not. I'm just not going to tackle what it is because I don't want to get it wrong. But Paul Rudd is recently divorced, I believe, and he's trying to make some money, and he's really just down on his luck. Takes a job as this guy's personal caretaker, and kid hates him, hates everybody. But he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do something good for this kid. We're gonna. He's just talking about how he's never really gotten to go places because he's stuck on his chair. That's what it is. He has to have certain pills. He has to have the chair, and like so, Paul Rudd goes and gets this van, and decides he's gonna take him on a little road trip. And doing so, the kid sees Selena Gomez. She's like a hitchhiker. Gets a crush on her immediately. Can't blame him. So they pick her up and they kind of just take her along for the road trip. And it's got some pretty emotional moments. I think I teared up a few times. It's got some stuff in it that'll just make you mad. Like I got mad at that kid so many times. Such a good movie. It just made at the end of it, it was like, yes, yes, this was a great movie. And Paul Rudd's phenomenal. I love Paul Rudd so much. Number 6 is also a Netflix film. Recently just watched it because it's Christmas time, called Love Hard. It's like the title comes from Love Actually and Die Hard, which is part of the plot, kind of, not really. But if you watch the movie, you'll understand. It's a girl who, like, she just sucks at relationships. Every time she gets in a relationship, it's on her phone. So it's like he either doesn't look like that or he's not actually interested in the things he says he is. All this. So she's a blogger. She writes about her bad dates, but she finally pairs up with this guy, and they talk for a few weeks. And Christmas time, she's like, you know what? I'm gonna go surprise him for Christmas. Show up. She shows up. It's not who she thought it was, but the guy that she thought it was does live in the same town. So she stays there, pretends to be bro's girlfriend, while trying to pursue this other guy. Christmas movies are my jam, honestly. I don't know when it happened, but I'm a sucker for a Christmas movie. I like rom coms. The main actor in it, the Asian man, I cannot remember his name, dadgummit. But he's in Space Force. I watched Space Force both seasons, and he's hilarious. He's a really funny guy. Nina Brodov, is that how you say her name? She's the main actress. She looks so much to me like Victoria Justice and Allison Stoner. I didn't like when I clicked on the movie, I thought it was Allison Stoner. And then when the movie started, I was like, "Oh, this is the girl from that Outlaws movie that came out this year." And then, like, but when I was watching it, I would be like, "She kind of looks like Victoria Justice. What the heck?" She's beautiful, nonetheless. I'm not trying to like compare her, but I'm just saying she kind of resembles them. Um, yeah, I loved it. That was a great movie. Number 5, 50 First Dates. Now, this is a movie I would not have watched on my own. I do not consider myself an Adam Sandler fan. Most of the time, I think he's pretty annoying. There are some exceptions. My mom and I were hanging out one night, and she asked if I wanted to watch a movie, and I was like, "Yeah, let's watch a movie." And she's like, "Let's watch this one." I just kind of looked at her. She's like, "No," and I was like, "I'm not really Adam Sandler guy, but yeah, we can watch it." And that movie blew me away. It just wasn't at all what I was expecting it to be. I'm sure you know the plot because this movie's pretty old, but man, like it was actually just a sweet movie, and it wrecked me. There was a couple times I was over there just like tears coming down. It was ah man, just not at all what I expected, and I think that's why it's so high. It's because like I don't consider myself an Adam Sandler fan. I expected it to just be like stupid comedy. I was expecting not to think it was funny, but there was actually some pretty funny parts in it, and the love story was just really good. Uh, Drew Barrymore, I mean, she knocked the heck out of her performance. Number 4, We're the Millers. This is a this is a comedy that's been out for a while. I remember when this came out. Well, I remember when it came out to DVD because like back in the day when you used to walk into Walmart and when you walk through the automatic doors, they had like the standees there of like movies coming out soon. I can remember the We're the Millers standee thing there, and then my parents being like, "No, that's a bad movie. You can't watch that one." Okay, understandably, it's pretty raunchy, and it made me uncomfortable multiple times. But all that aside, it was hilarious. Jason Sudeikis, I love Jason Sudeikis. He's gonna show up later on this list, but he is so funny and like so. I don't know what the word is. Like you just care for him. You know what I mean? Like he just got a, I guess, charm is the word. Jennifer Aniston, obviously, very good actress, very attractive actress. Emma Roberts, like I said. The one scene that keeps coming back to my mind is No Regrets. I think I paused that and rewatched that 3 or 4 times. That was so freaking funny. I mean, if you don't know what it is, all it is Jason Sudeikis has to do like a drug run, and he hires these people to be his family, so it just looks like he's a family, like a dad in an RV making it through border control. So that they don't actually all like know each other very well, and they're just pretending to be a family. So I mean, like you can just imagine all the nonsense that comes with it. I'm gonna hit that top three. Marcel the Shell with shoes on. I actually have a past with Marcel the Shell because growing up in high school, the friend group that I was a part of, the girls loved the Marcel the Shell shorts on YouTube. And I can remember them always talking about it and always kind of talking like her or him. I don't know if Marcel's a boy or girl name. It's played by Jenny Slate though, so I don't know. They would do the voice and then like even just like give deliveries like the show would. And in high school, we bashed it. Trash. So the show trash. Turn that trash off. Stop talking like that. It was funny though. I mean, deep down, we enjoyed the videos also. And I guess it was when we watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. The trailer for it showed up. And as soon as it came on, I looked at the guy I was with. I'm like, bro, no way that Shell got a whole freaking movie. Like, what? And it didn't play around here. It was select theaters. We missed out. One of my roommates at the time where I was living bought it on Blu-ray, and we're like, well, we got to watch it. I mean, like, I want to watch it, and it was so unique, so well made. Like, there's nothing else like it, and that's why it was just so high up there for me because it really was like watching one of the like 5 or 6 minute shorts, but it was a full length movie, and it didn't feel like they made it just to make it. Like it was sweet. It had a good plot. It was like I said, there's just unique. And I honestly still don't own it, but I need to own it. I really do. You have to buy it exclusively from the A24 shop, and like it's not cheap. I think if you have like the Showtime version of Paramount Plus, it might be on Paramount Plus, but other than that, I think you have to buy it from A24 if you can watch it. I loved it. Number two. Now the top two are things that I just became obsessed with. Number two, Star Wars Rebels. I was never gonna watch Star Wars Rebels because it was Disney. Oh, it's Disney kid Star Wars. Pass. But Ahsoka coming out, everyone's like, well, Ahsoka is just five, season 5 of Rebels. So I mean, if you haven't seen Rebels, you're gonna be pretty lost. And I was like, "Daggone it!" Like 4 seasons of a kids' TV show just to get this. And I mean, the first like season and no, yeah, like season and a half, I guess you could say was like could be kiddish, but it that show turns into some of the best Star Wars I've ever seen in my life. Like, what? Yeah, I mean the story of Ezra Bridger. I mean, Kanan is such a boss. Sabine, Hera. I mean, all of them. Chopper took a long time for me to like. I thought he was really annoying, But now he's my text tone. If you text me, it's gonna go womp 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 womp. They bring in Darth Vader. They bring in Ahsoka. They bring back Captain Rex, uh, Hondo. That last couple seasons with Thrawn, and yeah, loved it. Just became obsessed with it. I'd watch like 2 or 3 episodes every night. Actually, I don't know if he's in the shot, but I have an Ezra Bridger figure right here on the right there. The number one thing what we all been waiting for. What was the best thing you watched that wasn't from 2023? It is and it's not. Because Ted Lasso. I actually started this the week between Christmas and New Year's this week last year. It was when I went on that skiing trip. If you haven't seen the vlog from my skiing trip, you can watch that. But so I didn't get to watch a lot. So mainly I watched like maybe 2 or 3 episodes, and then all the rest of it I watched this year. And so like season 1, season 2, and then season 3 actually came out this year. But that show has got to be studied for what it is. It's comical. It's some of the most emotional crap you'll ever watch. It's motivational. It's pure, but also kind of filthy. Like, I do not know how to explain Ted Lasso. Jason Sudeikis, like I said, he comes back. I mean, he's just so good. Like, he's emotional. He's, like I said, I guess charming. You just feel for him, and he's funny. And Ted's attitude, I just appreciated him as a character. Like, he was, he always saw the bright side in things. Uh, I mean, he might swear like 2, 3 times throughout the whole 3 seasons. You find yourself wanting to be more like Ted Lasso, watching that show. It's like, I should be more like Ted. The only thing Ted is not right about is tea. Down here in Texas, we like our sweet tea. But I encourage you, watch Ted Lasso. It is so good. It's got to be one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It is just so good. And I'm waiting on Apple to put on my Blu-ray so I can buy them. I want to give you money, Apple, but you're letting me down. That's my top 10 first time watches of 2023. What's something that you watched for the first time this year that just blew you away, that you really liked? Drop a list. I'll be happy to read them. So, I already made a video of my top 10 most anticipated movies next year. You can check that out. I'm in the middle of watching the What If Season 2, so you can subscribe, check them out. And yeah, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you next time.